When we chant the blessing after the reading of the Torah, we thank God for giving us a Torah of truth. Shanatan lanu Torat emet. This week's Torah portion, Miketz, is a lesson on just that value of truth within the Torah. Here in Genesis, on chapter 41, we enter in what is called the Middle Gate, the second of three Torah portions, which are dedicated to the telling of the story of Joseph. Here in Miketz, Joseph's youthful dreams of glory are all but lost. We are at the low point of this amazing tale, which has seen the favorite son of a powerful patriarch, dressed in his coat of many colors, cast into a pit by his jealous brothers, sold into slavery to a passing caravan, accused of a crime he did not commit, and now languishing in an Egyptian prison with little hope of reprieve. But now, Pharaoh dreams two dreams of great import. 7 fat cows come out of the Nile to graze, only to be consumed by 7 gaunt cows that follow after them. 7 full and fat ears of grain come forth, only to be consumed by 7 thin and weak ears, which swallow them up as well. Pharaoh calls for all his wise men and magicians to tell him what these dreams might mean, but none can interpret the dreams of Pharaoh. Pharaoh's cupbearer, his butler, remembers a young Hebrew named Joseph, whom he met when he was with Pharaoh's baker and had lost favor with the king and was cast into prison. Joseph had interpreted the cupbearer's dream of promise of his future for freedom, which had come true. Perhaps he could interpret Pharaoh's dreams as well. Joseph is brought before Pharaoh, and the entire story of his life hangs now in the balance. Pharaoh recounts his dreams, 7 cows and 7 ears of grain, word for word, just as he had for his wise men and his advisors. And Joseph declares, Pharaoh's dreams are one. God has told Pharaoh what God will do. 7 years of great abundance are about to descend upon Egypt, and after them 7 years of famine so severe that they will leave nothing of the plenty which has preceded them. The prison dreamer had unlocked a mystery which even the wisest of Pharaoh's court could not discern. It sounds so miraculous a tale, we almost forget how obvious these dreams can be. 7 cows, 7 ears, 7 years. Fat cows and fat grain, thin cows and thin grain. You don't need to be Sigmund Freud or Carl Jung to interpret these dreams. A famine is coming to Egypt. So why couldn't Pharaoh's advisors figure this out for themselves? Well, perhaps they did know the meaning of the dreams all along. But who wants to be the one to tell a Pharaoh who throws butlers and bakers in prison for a bad meal that a catastrophic 7-year famine is about to destroy all of Egypt? The miracle of this moment is not in Joseph's understanding of Pharaoh's dreams, but rather in his willingness to speak that interpretation, despite the consequences of his words. Joseph speaks truth to power, not in the sense of a challenge to the power of the king, like the prophet Nathan does to King David, recounting his sins, but in the sense that Joseph speaks the inconvenient, the unvarnished, the painful truth which any king who cares about his kingdom would want to know. Joseph is brave enough, or foolish enough, or has little enough left to lose, but he speaks the truth, and he adds one more truth as well. He tells Pharaoh that we need not stand idly in the face of famine. God has revealed to Pharaoh only the challenges soon to come. It is up to us to choose how we will respond. Joseph speaks truth to power, and Pharaoh elevates Joseph, this prison dreamer, to the rank of second only to Pharaoh for his actions, because Pharaoh values truth. It seems almost absurd to need to speak out on the value of truth and facts as an important lesson from the Torah and an important value for our society as a whole. But in an age where science and truth are regularly set aside for the sake of popular belief, and alternative facts even on issues of health and safety of our nation as a whole, let us learn this lesson from the Torah. Let us learn this lesson from Joseph. Speak truth and hear it. When speaking about Holocaust denial, the great Jewish historian Deborah Lipstadt well said, "Not all opinions are equal, and some things happen just like we say they did. Slavery happened. The Black Death happened. The earth is round, the ice caps are melting, and Elvis is not alive." Speaking truth, recognizing truth, even truths we would prefer not to be true, is the only path towards constructively dealing with the challenges we face and the building together of a better tomorrow. May the lessons of the Torah be real within our lives, and may the light of Torah and justice shine upon our nation and upon us all. Amen.